I found a proverb from Ghana tradition called, "A good wife is wealth." It illustrates how a man's conduct, the emotional state of his home, and his wealth are linked together. In Ghana, it is believed that a man's wealth and success are not dependent on his labor, but are tied to the well being and happiness of his wife and the spiritual harmony of his home. A neglected wife means a cold home. In traditional Ghana culture, a wife is seen as the heart of the home. Her emotional state is believed to directly influence the spiritual atmosphere and warmth of the household. When she withdraws her warmth, her contributions of cooking, no food, song, and smile, the entire home becomes spiritually and emotionally cold. When a man neglects the heart of his home, his wife's smile fades, the cooking fire grows cold, and the house loses its warmth. Soon, even the spirits of the house turn away, and the man's business ventures fail, though he works from sunrise to sunset. But when the man humbles himself, offers libation, and brings joy back to his wife, the house fills with joy and laughter. The spirits return, money and blessings flow back into his life. That is the fairy tale. I believe if a man neglects the heart of his home, he should suffer. Now, Aunt Nancy said, some men don't know they're rich until the treasure walks out the door. There was once a woman whose value could not be counted in coins. She rose before dawn, swept the compound, prayed over the door, warmed water for her husband, packed food for his day, and made sure every child in that house stepped out looking like somebody belonged to them. Her husband, he liked to talk about how he built this house, how his money bought everything, how his name carried weight. When people praised the home, he puffed his chest and said, "Yes, my house, my family." But the women in the neighborhood knew better. They saw the small things, the way she remembered every bill, the way she stretched small money into full meals, the way she kept peace between in-laws, smoothed over old quarrels, and made outsiders feel welcome without ever losing herself. She was not a loud woman. She didn't curse, break plates, or scream in the street. Her power was quiet, like a river carving stone. But her husband grew lazy on her softness. He stopped saying, "Thank you." He stopped checking on how she was feeling. He stopped listening when she spoke. The more she carried, the more he took credit. "If she leaves," one old market woman said, "you'll see this place fall like a calabash dropped from upstairs." But he didn't hear that. He only heard his own ego humming. High on her stone window ledge, Aunt Nancy watched with half-lidded eyes, Spider beside her spinning lazy silk. She whispered, "a good wife is wealth, but wealth that's taken for granted always finds a way to move." Inside that house, the wife felt something tightening in her chest, not anger, a decision getting ready to be born. She still cooked, still smiled, still did what needed doing, but her heart had quietly stepped back, watching to see if this man would notice what he was about to lose. He did not yet. And that was how the trouble began. There is a mercy that comes before the storm. Warnings. One evening, when the light was soft and the children were calm, the wife tried. "Listen," she said, voice steady. "I am tired." Her husband barely looked up from his phone. "Tired from what? You're inside all day. What do you people get tired from?" That sentence broke something. Not loudly, not with shouting, but something deep. She looked at him carefully, as if seeing a stranger wearing her husband's face. "I am not you people," she said softly. "I am your wife, your helper, your cover, your comfort, but I am not your property." He rolled his eyes, gave that half laugh men use when they are afraid but don't want to admit it. "Ah, women in drama. You're still here, aren't you? so things can't be that bad. Aunt Nancy hissed sharp through her teeth. See, she muttered, that's the sound of a man counting his blessings like they can't expire. The wife tried again another day. I feel alone in this house, she said. You provide money, yes. You do some tasks, yes. But you don't see me. You don't hear me. You think doing chores is the same as giving love. Instead of listening, he defended himself. Do I not pay the bills? Do I not fix things? Do I not come home at night? What more do you women want? She grew quiet then, not defeated, but studying. That night she slept with her back to him, eyes open in the dark. She thought of all the years she had poured into that house, the ways she had honored him, protected his reputation, covered his foolishness, healed his body, fed his soul, raised his children. And suddenly she saw the truth. She was the wealth. He was the noise. Far down the road, divine masculine energy, steady, present, emotionally awake, walked past that house without knocking. He could feel her light, but he also felt that she was still bound there, still trying. I'll wait, that energy murmured, but not forever. On the window ledge, Aunt Nancy leaned forward. One more warning, she said, and then the story changes for good. The last warning came like an ordinary morning. Breakfast on the table, children getting ready, husband half listening, half scrolling, half alive. The wife set a plate before him and said quietly, "This is the last time I will ask you to see me." He smirked. "Ah, you're still talking about that feelings matter? You're not going anywhere. You're a good wife." She smiled then, a small, sad, beautiful smile, the kind a woman wears when the decision is already made. "Yes," she said, "I am a good wife. That is why I will no longer stay where I am treated like cheap labor." He didn't understand. He laughed it off. Until 2 weeks later, when he woke to a different silence. No kettle whistling, no soft footsteps, no humming in the kitchen. The bed beside him was empty, truly empty. He rushed through the house, calling her name. The children looked at him with eyes that already knew. "She left at dawn," they said. "She told us she loved us. She told us to respect women who carry houses on their backs. She told us not to become like you." The words hit him like cold water. "She gave you chances," Aunt Nancy murmured. "She spoke plain. She warned you. You thought her love was a prison. You're about to learn it was a palace." Far from that house, the wife walked with her small suitcase and her big spirit. She did not run into the arms of the first man she saw. No, that is not how divine masculine works. She rested. She healed. She remembered who she was before she became someone's unpaid therapist, maid, and emotional landfill. And when she was ready, divine masculine energy stepped forward. Not a boy needing a mother, not a rooster needing an audience, but a man with his own warmth, his own peace, his own healed heart. He didn't take over her life. He didn't smother her power. He recognized it, protected it, matched it. Back in the old house, the husband sat alone in the cold kitchen, hands empty. The bills weighed more. The rooms felt heavier. The silence grew teeth. Only then did he understand. A good wife is wealth. And once true wealth walks away, not every apology can call it back. Some lessons must be paid for in full, with loneliness, with regret, with the echo of a door closing softly behind the woman who once made your life feel easy.